Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to AriesEDC. So, because of the Pass Around group, I was able to get a hold of this Divo Nip Lite, and I just wanted to kind of go over my thoughts and feelings on this knife since I've had it in. Well, all right, guys, I've had this knife for about a week or so, and I've had it in my pocket and just sitting here playing with it. And I just wanted to give you guys my overall thoughts and feelings on this knife. Now, you guys know I'm a big fan of the smaller blades, especially a knife that is small but feels big in the hand. And that's where this knife comes in. So let's talk a little bit about it. So this is the budget version of the Divo Nip. And this is the Divo Lite. It has the aluminum handle scales. This has the blue aluminum, which has been nicely milled. You can see all the nice milling and the decorating part of it. And then in this part, we're going to talk about a little bit when I'll open the blade. I have gotten a chance to handle several Divos now, and every single one has been done correctly. And this is no exception to that. It is done very, very well. It is a flipper with an opening hole, so you can have many means of deployment, which I always am a fan of. The flipper is very low profile. It's not one of those big pocket peckers. It's not going to get in the way. It does have the nice jimping all around it, so you'll be able to get a good grip on it to be able to have a nice clean flip. The wire clip is a nice deep carry with the recessed screw, so that is very nice. I say recessed, it does stick out just a little bit, but you'll never notice once you get it in your pocket. And when I did the unboxing, I did really, really enjoy that lanyard opening. Not that I typically put lanyards on any of my knives except for my smaller fixed blades, but that is a very nicely done, where it doesn't mess with the overall style and the design of the knife, but it's hidden. And if you wanted to put a lanyard in there, you could, and it would be perfect. So that for that fifth carry, and you just have the little lanyard sticking out, would be awesome. So that is a very nice, and you have plenty of space to weave through the paracord or anything else that you would use for a lanyard. Again, very, very nicely done, the Divo Nip Lite. So let's give it a flip. I'm going to use the flipper. I noticed that it is very, very flicky. It does work very well. You can light switch it, and I think you just push it and it would work well also. And the overall design of this is done very, very well. So the front finger choil, where you can grab a hold of it, that's what I like. That's what I mean by a small knife that feels big, because I can get all full hand on that. My thumb gets on top of the blade where you have that nice jimping right there. And it's just done very, very well, where you have a small knife, but it feels kind of big in the hand. But it is very small, but you know what? Very capable of being a very cool EDC blade if you need to. If you want to come back here and hold here, you do have a very nice area. They have that milled out here, this nicely deep milled, so that finger gets really deep in there. And again, and when you're going to choke up, your ring finger or the middle finger does get up in that hole, and it helps you grip that knife very, very well to be able to do any of the cuts that you want. The holes work amazing for thumb flicking and spidey flicking or reverse flick. It works very well, and it's very, very fidgety. Is it drop shut? Maybe with a little shake, but I don't know who really goes like this to close their knife. You're going to use the knife, and when you go to lock it, you're going to use your finger to push it down anyway. So, with that, it's faster to just continue to do that. So with that being said, it's amazing. Now, I will say one thing. I have so the liner, you have plenty of access to the steel liners. and they are pocketed within the aluminum. There is milling in there too, so they did remove some of the weight out of that for the milling on the liners. But here's my thing with the liners. So you got plenty of access to it, and it has been milled out, very deeply milled out in there. So you can see that whole space has been milled out, which is amazing. But here's my thing. So you have the back of the blade here, and when you're going to be unlocking it, you're going to put your thumb in there, and then you're going to unlock the blade, and then the flipper tab is hitting my thumb. So it hits the thumb. Is it annoying? A little bit. Is it that bad? Not really. You just pull your thumb back a little bit, and you just have to learn. You learn the little quirk of that knife, and that is just the only quirk I have found with this knife is that. So when you go to unlock it, if you just pull your finger back a little bit, that's going to miss your thumb and you'll be fine. But God, it's really, really awesome. You got that nice hollow grind on the blade with the belt satin finish. You have that nice hole with that really cool little swedge there at the top that goes from the jimping, which is very nicely done, just like I observed in the unboxing. And but it starts right there and goes all the way down. Nice little touch on the swedge. I like that little design aesthetic. Really, really good. Slicey little blade of 154 cm. And again, they are really good about hiding where they put the steel, or they usually put it right in this area on most of the knives that I've handled from them. From Divo, they'll put it right there. So this is 154 cm, which is amazing. The price on this, I looked at the Divo website, and they have one similar. It's not blue, but it's a purple, and it's $100. So $100, 154 cm. So, very cool. That's not a bad deal for this knife. $100 for 154 aluminum that's been anodized, a nice hollow grind, done very, very well. Not a bad price. Let's talk about dimensions. Let me grab my ruler. Where did it go? No. Oh my goodness. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. All right, so here's the ruler so you guys can get a visual on it. But they have listed on their website that the open length is 5.4 inches, which is exactly correct. So here's 5.5. So it's just under 5.5 inches total overall length. The blade is 2.25, 2.25, and that's going to be here. So that's right at the base and the start of the handle, right here at the base. But the sharpening edge is just under 2 inches. So you're going to be under 2 inches for the sharpening edge. So very, very, very cool. How about some size comparisons? So this should be pretty interesting. I have my Rat 2. So obviously much smaller than the Rat. We have, where'd it go? My Elementum. So you have the Elementum again. This blade is going to be much smaller than both of those. And certainly I'm going to do an extra one, but since I always do it, I'll do my Para 3 as well. Obviously, it is dwarfed by the Para 3. So, but let's do something that's a little bit more accurate that you guys might be able to see. So this is a knife that I picked out to do a size comparison with because it kind of is in the same ballpark. And this is the Civivi Baby Banter. And when I first got this knife and I'm holding it, it reminded me of something and I couldn't put my finger on it. And then I went back and looked at my collection and exactly this is what it kind of reminded me of. Where you have that small blade, but it's in a package with that front finger choil where you can get a full purchase on the blade. But you have a nice, small, tiny little blade, but it feels big. Feels big in the hand. So there's your size comparison against the Baby Banter. Now, very, very similar in size. So Very, very cool. Very, very cool. All right, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. But overall, this is a very cool knife. Small package, but it offers a lot of great things. So the Divo Nip Lite. Woo, man, what a cool little knife. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please subscribe, like, leave a comment, or not. Again, the choice is always yours.